Hey, what's up, guys? Millermassacre 19 here, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why I hate Predator hunting grounds and all the bullshit that's wrong with it. The first thing I hate about Predator hunting grounds is paid DLC. You pay $40 for the game, and then on top of that, they put characters with different stats like Dutch 2025 and Dutch 1987 in, and predators like the Viking Predator and the Samurai Predator, the City Hunter, and they make all of them cost money, and that's bullshit, no matter what game it is. The second thing that I hate about this game is the Berserker Predator. It's the most overpowered piece of shit in the game. It can run up to you and wipe the whole team out, even if everybody's shooting at it, because it has max health. It also has max gear, so it can hold more equipment, because it needs that too for some reason, even though it's basically a juggernaut that can just wipe the whole team out and doesn't have to worry about getting shot or anything. I think it should be nerfed, in my opinion. The third thing that I hate is the lack of variety in maps in the game. It only has 4 maps: Backwater, Derailed, Excavation, and Overgrowth, and they all take place in the jungle, so all of them feel the same, because it's nothing but trees, water, and tiny bases that you do objectives at, and that makes the game boring, because it's nothing but jungle and bases. There should be more variety, and different types of maps, like a city map, for example. The fourth thing that I hate is the AI soldiers. They don't feel like a threat. You can knife all of them even if they see you.
Enemy spotted.
So you could do missions fast and get out fast if you have a fire team that works together. So the only things that slow you down is the missions where you need to wait for something to complete and the predator. So it makes the game feel like the only things that you should be worried about are the predator and the boring ass waiting missions. The fifth thing that I hate is the way the Predator can take so much damage. In the first movie, the Predator has to use its cloak to avoid getting shot because it knows that if it would get hit in the right spot, it would die. In the game, the Predator is almost a juggernaut. It takes a shit ton of bullets to kill it.
Well, nothing to do now but wait it out. Power definitely sent out an alert, so prepare for hostile.
And that makes the original 1987 Predator movie and the game look goofy as shit, because the Predator isn't supposed to be a tank. It's supposed to be a hunter that uses its cloak and its environment to stay hidden from its prey, and it strikes when it sees an opportunity, because that's how it hunts. And it has weaknesses, so it's not impossible to kill it. In the game, it's almost impossible. The sixth thing that I hate is how all weapons can be equipped on any class. I think that makes the class system suck. I know the classes have stats that make them different, and that's good, but the classes should also have guns that are specific to that class, so the classes feel different in every way, not just in stats. I think that Assault should have assault rifles and SMGs, Scout should have sniper rifles, Support should have LMGs, and both Dutches should have assault rifles and LMGs. That would make the classes feel like classes. The seventh thing that I hate is playing Fireteam with randoms. All they do is run off in different directions and get picked off one by one by the Predator, because nobody wants to work together. They want to run off and look for Veritanium instead of completing the objective as a team. That's why it's more fun to play Fireteam with friends, because you can all stay together and complete objectives and look for Veritanium if you want to. But at least you know that you'll be in a group and you have a better chance of surviving. The eighth thing that I hate is some guns are identical to other guns. For example, Dutch 2025's Hammerhead assault rifle, which costs money, has the same stats as a QR4 assault rifle, which is a starting assault rifle that is free. That's bullshit, because you're basically paying money for a skin of a gun that you already have, but they didn't make it a skin. They made it a totally different gun with the same stats as another gun. They should have made it free, but they're money-hungry son of a bitches who would do anything to make money. The ninth thing that I hate is some predators are the same as others. For example, the Viking is a shittier version of the Berserker. Jungle Hunter 87 is a shittier but better looking version of the normal Hunter. So if they're just shittier versions, why not just make them a skin of the other predator that's better than them? There's no point of having a predator that has the same stats as another one, but one of the stats is just worse. There's no point, just make it a skin. The 10th thing I hated is the spectating. It's so zoomed up, you can't see anything that's going on, and on top of that, you can't rotate the camera at all. It's at a fixed, zoomed up view, and when you die, you want to leave the game because of how shitty the spectating is. It might sound like nitpicking, and it probably is, but it's something that I think sucks about the game. 11th thing I hate are the field lockers. They give you way too many duplicates. You probably get at least one duplicate every time you open a field locker. It could be because there's not really that much shit in the game to unlock. There's mostly just clothing and cosmetic items for the Predator and Fireteam. There's not really anything that affects gameplay in the field lockers, so there's really not anything worth getting excited about when you open them at all. The 12th thing I hate is the frame rate and lag issues on the game. In Hunt, the frame rate issues happen when you walk in certain areas, when you throw grenades. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough that people should be complaining about it. It's not as bad in Hunt as it is in Clash. In Clash, the frame rate is shit all the time. When you get killed by somebody, the frame rate gets shitty. When you shoot somebody, the frame rate gets shitty. These problems should have been fixed before the game came out. It makes the game suck to play. The 13th thing I hate are how good the menu screens look, and then when you play the game, it looks like Payday 2, and the animations are as bad, if not worse, than Payday 2. Everything doesn't look real in the game. The running animation looks like a robot. The mudding up animation sometimes looks like you're sliding when you move after the mudding up animation completes. All the animations in the game feel fake and lazy, and so do the character models. They look good at the customization screen, but then when you play, they look nothing like what they do on that screen. They look unpolished, like something that belongs in a beta, not the full game. If they would have put more time into character models and animations, especially for the PS4 port, because it looks like shit and has more issues compared to the PC port, the game would have felt better and way more realistic. The 14th and last thing that I hate about this game are the wait times to play as the Predator. It reminds me of waiting to play as the Killer in Dead by Daylight. You wait 5 minutes to get a match as the Predator just to play a match that will probably last 10 minutes. I think they should have did it how they did it with Friday the 13th. You pick a preference, join a match, and it randomly picks who Jason is. I feel the same thing should have been done with Predator Hunting Grounds, because nobody feels like waiting 5 minutes or sometimes longer to play as the Predator. It's bullshit. All right, guys, those are the reasons why I hated Predator Hunting Grounds. But, I think Predator Hunting Grounds is a fun game, but it definitely has issues that need to be fixed and everything. And those are just the things that I hate about the game. Now, there's a lot of stuff I like, but that was just the issues that I can't stand about the game, why I hate it. So, yeah, this has been Millermassacre 19, guys. Shake and bake.